All right, boys. Bitcoin and crypto have been absolutely ripping sideways for the past month or so, and today it's finally broken down. For the past 32 days, we've been stuck roughly right here within about $31,000 to $30,000, and today it finally had a huge dump of about $1,000. What a crazy move. And while, in my opinion, I would consider this to just be us continuing to rip sideways, a lot of people are saying that this is the beginning of the dump down to $10,000, and everybody is living in fear of what's going to happen in the Fed meeting that's coming up in just about 2 days. As you can see, there's about a 98% chance that the Fed is going to do another 25 basis point hike, but everybody is on their toes waiting to see what's going to happen and if they're going to indicate that they might have to do more rate hikes later on coming up this year. If you look at the forecast, though, you can see that it looks like there's an 81% chance that we're going to see another pause in the next meeting. And the last time I looked at this chart, there was actually more of a chance that there would be another 25 basis point hike in the November meeting, but it looks like that's died off a little bit with a 61% chance of the pause continuing. And it looks like people are expecting it to go on through the end of the year. It's not until March 20th that it looks like we have more of a chance of a rate cut instead of a continuation of the pause. And as we continue to see inflation coming down and the Fed continuing to be more and more dovish, I think these odds are going to continue to lean into our favor. And by the time we see the first rate cut, the market is probably going to be recovering and it might be too late to get in. So I'm going to be taking advantage of the next few months and possibly even the first quarter of next year, because the halvening doesn't happen until next year and we actually might have a few more months left of sideways momentum before Bitcoin and crypto ultimately explode to the upside and never come back to these current price ranges. Another reason that we might be seeing this decline in the Bitcoin price today is because of the possible delayed reaction to the SEC hinting at an appeal to the XRP ruling. And Gary Gensler has said that he doesn't like how the XRP case actually went, and they do want to perform an appeal, but it's probably going to take at least a couple years to play out, and I don't think that it's going to have any real negative impacts on the prices here over the next bull run. Also, Gary's just pushing innovation overseas because, as this article says, Ripple has applied for a crypto license in the United Kingdom. So if Gary Gensler and the SEC don't get their stuff together, then they might not have anything to regulate anyway, because they're just going to push all these businesses into other countries. One coin that is going up today is WorldCoin, which was actually launched today. And this is some kind of a know your customer or KYC coin that's supposed to scan your eyeballs and let, I guess, the government know who you are and know that you're not an AI or something like that. I think it's pretty stupid, and I don't think that I want to give the rights to my biometric signatures away to some company. But you guys can go ahead and do you, I guess. Another coin that was pumping, and actually has been pumping for the past couple of days here, is one of my favorites, and it's Dogecoin. Dogecoin is sitting at about 7.7 cents at the time of recording, and it did reach all the way up to about 8 cents earlier today. And this might actually be because of Elon Musk changing his location to XD. And this comes at the same time as Elon Musk seems to be changing Twitter into X.com. And he's replacing the bird with the old Xerox logo, I guess. I'm just kidding. It's not really the same, but it does remind me of it. But maybe that's just because I'm from the 90s. Anyway, Elon Musk is changing Twitter to X.com, and he has changed his location to XD, which must be X.com and Dogecoin. And while I don't really see any actual Dogecoin mentions here in his tweets, this has been enough to send the Dogecoin up by just a little bit. And it would probably actually be pumping a lot more if it wasn't for the rest of the market going down today. Hopefully with Elon changing it to X.com, we'll actually see Dogecoin being integrated into the website and the platform. And then whenever that happens, I think it's actually going to send Dogecoin skyrocketing. But I'm not trying to get my hopes up too much until I see some actual confirmation of this going to happen. Like I said in my last video, I think we could see Bitcoin and the rest of the market continuing to explode sideways until Wednesday, which is the Fed meeting. And then if they actually do go against this 98% chance of them doing another 25 basis point hike, then we'll definitely see crypto exploding to the upside. And if we hear them saying anything dovish, then we'll probably see some gains going into this as well. Because whenever we do actually see the price declining into the meeting, usually that means we're going to see it do the opposite afterwards. And that means that we could have some of a rebound or maybe even some price increases going into the later part of this week. Now let's hear what Larry Fink has to say about the economy.
CHIPS Act, the IRA, that's all starting to come into the economy. So actually, I think our economy is going to accelerate.
Or is it going to accelerate fast enough, Larry, to start paying more to generate more revenue? Because our interest payments are going to soon be the largest single component of the budget. So it's great to be positive on the country, but there are plenty of issues, including that one.
David, I totally agree. You know, our deficits are out of control. And now with higher interest rates, yes, interest payments are going to be a major component of that. And that's going to put a lot more pressure on our programs, our defense budgets. All these programs are going to be really at risk. The only answer to that is growth.
Right.
Okay, if we have 3% growth, we're going to be able to solve some of that.
I think that's actually why he's being more bullish on Bitcoin recently. He sees the demise of the dollar coming, and he knows that there's no other option but for the government to continue printing money and for the Federal Reserve to actually lower interest rates so that we can afford to service our debts. They're going to have to force the economy to grow in order for us to be able to service those debts, but the profits are going to come in cryptocurrency, and that's the place to be. Larry Fink thinks that the U.S. economy is going to accelerate here, and if Gary Gensler can just get the hell out of the way and let these guys get their spot Bitcoin ETF, then I think Bitcoin is going to really profit from the growing of the economy. And with Larry Fink being the CEO of the biggest asset manager in the world, managing almost $10 trillion in assets under management, I think this guy might know a little bit about what he's saying, and hopefully we are going to start seeing Bitcoin and the economies come roaring back here really soon. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is the Fed actually going to send us to the upside and let the economy come back, or do we still have a little bit more time left in purgatory to go? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. This is Abisu. He's named after one of the 7 lucky gods of Japan. According to legend, he will bring wealth and prosperity to anybody who evokes his name. So don't forget to write his name in the comments, or you'll bring dishonor to your whole portfolio. And check out this video right here. Say goodbye, Abisu.